This diagram is not intended to be too complicated, but this is where some best practices come into play in regards to setting up as a consumer durables or CPG or whoever else you might be working with, a best practices deployment of a product information management system. So you can see at the center of this ecosystem is the PIM, the Product Information Management. This is where over 50,000 SKUs are held with over 300 fields that are applicable to each SKU. It's also capable of being translated into multiple languages, and I know some of you are familiar with PIMs, and you might want to know what PIM we're using to deploy in this system. The answer is a bit unusual because we're normally we're partnered with several PIM software companies, but we actually built this one ourselves because Hunter is really the only brand that is standalone in the ceiling fan industry, and there really wasn't a lot that was available to take off the shelf and make work for their business. But you can see on the left, again, we're trying to have this consumer experience be consistent across all of these things. Inputs from marketing for the romance copy on the page, tech support for being able to, if they're on the phone with a customer and they're replacing a specific ceiling fan, they're noticing the same problem over and over again, to be able to annotate that product for tech support view only is very important. Supply chain has inputs into this, so they can manage where are their screws being sourced, or their bolts, or their fan blade irons, or other pieces. And then JD Edwards, which is the ERP system, ultimately maintains the master pricing and other agreements. So flowing out of the PIM, which contains, if you look at the blue bar below, all of the products, the product referencing materials, spec sheets. It has outputs to the business intelligence reporting software at Hunter, and as well as integrations with the call center and digital product catalogs. Being powered by that are those 4 or 5 main websites that I showed you: Hunter Fan, Hunter Industrial, Fan Connect, which is a B2B site, Casablanca, and Custom Casablanca. You also have e-commerce capability with Hunter Fan and Casablanca as well. And a key part of this ecosystem, if you remember back to when we spoke earlier about the challenges that Hunter had with product registration, where that essentially the online registration went nowhere, is that we needed to find a really robust product registration partner to work with for this, because we know that registration, from the data and from being a partner of Registries for some time, it's a much larger part of the consumer's journey, especially when it comes to aftercare, warranty support, the opportunity to cross and upsell, than really any other part is post-sale, with the exception of maybe being support, of which, again, registration is a very important part. So we looked for a partner that was easy to integrate with and that and we could make work. So all of these consumer experiences that you see on the right, as well as the links out to the various channels by which the Hunter Fan products are sold, are all powered within this tightly integrated ecosystem that is all driven from a centrally located product information management system. So just to give you, I won't bore you with the technical details, but I'll show you a couple of screenshots. I want to be clear with